Hi, my name is Rebecca Parson, Democrat for Congress in Washington's 6th Congressional District, and I'm answering the NARFE endorsement questions right now. A brief introduction of myself. I am running on Medicare for all, single-payer Medicare for all, so that everybody can get health care without having to pay a deductible, co-pays, or premiums, and so that people can get the medical treatment they need, especially importantly in my district, addiction treatment. I also support the Green New Deal with the federal jobs guarantee so that we can transition to 100% renewable energy and provide a good union job for everybody who wants and needs one. And then I also support a homes guarantee, which is a national platform to guarantee a home to everyone in the country and end homelessness through policies like massive federal spending in housing, federal funding to local governments for more housing construction. I also support making public college and trade school free, increasing teachers' starting salaries to at least $60,000 a year, and canceling medical and student debt. I'm the only candidate in the race who supports those policies, and especially important to me as well in this district because 20% of my district is over the age of 65, is protecting Social Security, and not only protecting it, but expanding it by scrapping the cap. And now to answer NARFE's questions. Do you believe it is acceptable to change retirement benefits for people after they retire? No, I do not believe it is acceptable to do that at all. I don't think it's correct to call these things entitlements, but earned benefits, because people were promised them and they earned them. And it's not fair to put somebody's financial situation, throw them into financial precarity and uncertainty in their retirement, and retirement benefits should be just completely off the table when Congress and the president are looking for budget cuts. I don't think it's acceptable to change retirement benefits, especially for retired federal employees after they've served for decades, years and decades of service to the government. And in addition, in order to meet eligibility requirements for an annuity under the federal employees retirement system, many federal employees work for the government for 30 or more years with the expectation that they will receive benefits at the end of their service. And retirement planning for those employees and their dependents, those employees and their families, is dependent on those benefits. And so cutting those benefits after retirement upends those plans and breaks the promise that the federal government made to those employees in return for their many years of service. Our public servants' pay and pension should not be dependent on the federal government's budget decisions, as these vary year by year. Their service already often goes unseen and unappreciated, as we see during government shutdowns. And further, the windfall elimination provision was introduced in 1983. I do not support the windfall elimination provision, but it causes the income that they make not to count towards Social Security if they're also earning a government pension, so they're already at a financial disadvantage when it comes to retirement. How will I protect the earned benefits of federal retirees? I will protect these earned benefits by ensuring that there is legislation put into place to protect their pensions. For example, I support the Keep Our Pension Promises Act. The ultimate goal is to eliminate the windfall elimination provision and the government pension offset. To reach this end goal, the first step would be to start introducing corrective legislation. Current reform efforts are needed, including the Equal Treatment of Public Servants Act of 2020 and the Public Servants Protection and Fairness Act. I will work to ensure that proposed legislation and requests by OPM receive the time that they deserve in Congress. Will I support annual pay raises for current federal employees so the value of their pay will not be eroded by inflation? Yes, absolutely. I support annual increases in pay for current federal employees to match the rate of inflation. Because a big part of my platform is working to decrease the drastic economic income inequality that persists in this country. And part of that is making sure that in 2020, people are not receiving wages that were enough to get by in decades past. They need to be earning enough to get by right now. So thank you for taking the time to consider me, and I hope that this answered your questions. And please feel free to reach out if you have any further questions. Thanks.